Have you ever wondered कसरी एउटा मानिसले almost everything घुमाएर पनि still grateful हुन सक्छ? It sounds impossible. तर आजको कथामा ठिक यही हुन्छ. After surviving a devastating civil war, एउटा ordinary Nigerian man बारम्बार एउटै कुरा दोहोऱ्याइरहन्छन्. Happy survival. किन उसले यस्तो भन्छ? What makes him believe that survival is a greater blessing than wealth? Today, we are exploring one of the most interesting short stories in African literature, Civil Peace by Chinua Achebe from Class 11 English Literature. We'll also explore major themes, significance of the title, Jonathan's characteristics, and narrative techniques that make the story powerful. तर हाम्रो प्रोटागनिस्ट जोनाथनको एक्स्ट्राअर्डिनरी अप्टिमिजम बुझ्नु अगाडि हामीले उसको संसार परिवर्तन गरिदिएको वर्डलाई पहिले बुझ्नुपर्छ. Let's travel back to Nigeria. Nigeria has gained independence from Britain in 1960. तर त्यसपछि political instability, ethnic tensions and power struggle-ले देशलाई तहस-नहस पारेको थियो. The southeastern region, known as Biafra, declared itself as independent nation. यसै कारणले Nigeria's government र Biafra बीच चाहिँ 1967 देखि 1970 सम्म civil war भयो. यो devastating civil war almost 3 वर्षसम्म भयो र यसले millions of people suffer भयो. Hunger, disease, displacement र violence पनि यसमा रह्यो. Imagine गर्नुस् त living in such a situation. जब हरेक दिन सर्भाइभलको लागि सङ्घर्ष गर्नुपर्छ त्यति बेला मनी नो लङ्गर बिकम्स द मोस्ट भ्यालुएबल थिङ. त्यति बेला लाइफ इटसेल्फ बिकम्स द ग्रेटेस्ट ट्रेजर. एन्ड दिस इज एक्ज्याक्टली द इमोसनल वर्ल्ड जहाँबाट हाम्रो कथा सुरु हुन्छ जोनाथनको. द स्टोरी ओपन्स विथ वान पावरफुल सेन्टेन्स. Jonathan Wigbo counted himself extraordinarily lucky. तर किन? The answer is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Jonathan survived the civil war. Not only he, उनकी wife Maria र 4 मध्ये 3 children पनि बाँचे. Let's think about this carefully. उनले कहिले भनेन कि I lost one child. Instead, he focuses on what still remains with him. His own life, his wife's life, and 3 children. यही नै जोनाथनको पर्सपेक्टिभ हो. यही पोजिटिभ माइन्डसेट नै पुरै कथाको फाउन्डेसन बन्छ. After the war, people greeted each other differently. How are you? भन्नुको सट्टा उनीहरू भन्छन् happy survival. People congratulate each other simply for being alive. किनभने त्यो नै सबैभन्दा ठुलो अचिभमेन्ट थियो after war. Being alive was his first miracle. Then comes another surprise. Jonathan still owns an old bicycle. आजको समयमा एउटा बाइसाइकलको कुनै पनि भ्यालु नहुन सक्छ. But after a civil war, यो बाइसाइकल एउटा miracle बन्छ जोनाथनको लागि. The author Achebe even tells us why. During the war, soldiers has taken Jonathan's bicycle for military use. General sense मा त्यो भनेको अब उसले त्यो बाइसाइकल फेरि कहिले देख्न पाउँदैन भन्ने थियो. But Jonathan cleverly offered the officer 2 pounds. साधारण अर्थमा ब्राइब जस्तो देखेला तर यो ब्राइब होइन. बरु आफूसँग बाँकी रहेको एकमात्र भ्यालुएबल पोजेसन्स बचाउने desperate attempt भनेर हामी बुझ्न सक्छौं. And luckily, the officer accepted it as well. Jonathan buried the bicycle deep inside the forest, जहाँ dead bodiesहरूलाई गाडिएको थियो. That action shows us how precious even an ordinary object had become during the wartime. After the war, he dug it up, applied a little palm oil, and amazingly, it still worked. He uses it as a taxi. People pay him 6 pounds per trip. Within just 2 weeks, he earns 115 pounds. Please notice his attitude. उसले कहिले पनि टाइम वेस्ट गर्ने गरी कम्प्लेन गर्दैन. He starts rebuilding immediately, and that's exactly why he survives. Jonathan then returns to his hometown Enugu, expecting to find more destruction. किनभने पुरै नेबरहुडले वारको डिभास्टेसन भोगेको थियो. But another miracle awaits him. His small house made of mud blocks is still standing. Jonathan once again repeats his favorite line. Nothing puzzles God. यो सेन्टेन्स कथाभरि बारम्बार दोहोरिरहन्छ. Is the author Chinua Achebe simply showing Jonathan's religious faith here? Partly. तर यसमा अझ गहिरो अर्थ लुकेको छ. Jonathan uses this sentence as a psychological tool. जे भए पनि good or bad. He simply says nothing puzzles God. यही सोचले गर्दा he remains emotionally strong despite everything he has endured. Jonathan doesn't sit inside the house feeling lucky. He immediately starts rebuilding. Meanwhile, Maria, his wife, starts making akara balls to sell. उनका चिल्ड्रेनले पनि म्याङ्गोज टिप्छन् र सोल्जर्सको वाइफलाई बेच्न थाल्छन्. Look at this family. Everyone contributes and nobody waits for any help. Nobody blames the government and nobody blames fate. हरेक सदस्यले आफूले सक्ने काम गरिरहेका छन्. A few weeks later, the government announces compensation. Every person who had exchanged old Biafra money would receive 20 pounds. Jonathan had once possessed much more wealth before the war, yet all he receives is only 20 pounds. त्यो 20 पाउन्डलाई उनी निकै केयरफुली लुकाउँछन् किनभने he knows in difficult times even a small amount of money becomes precious. One ordinary night, Jonathan and his family are sleeping peacefully. Normally, Jonathan sleeps deeply, but tonight, something feels different. अनि उसले महसुस गर्छ the neighborhood is becoming quieter than before. Even the night watchman, who usually knocks metal every hour to announce the time, feels silent. Then suddenly, someone knocks on Jonathan's door. Jonathan wakes up immediately. Maria also wakes up. दुवैले बिस्तारै सोध्छन्. Who is knocking? Jonathan replies, I don't know. The second knocking becomes even louder. यहाँनिर हामीले थिप्सलाई देख्नु अघि नै एचबीले थिप्सको प्रेसेन्स र पावर यसरी लाउड नकिङ मार्फत महसुस गराइदिन्छन्. Jonathan finally gathers courage. With a trembling voice, he asks, Who is knocking? The reply comes instantly. Not thief man and him people. This is called African Pidgin English. In standard English, यसको अर्थ हुन्छ It is the thief and his people. Jonathan's wife Maria cannot remain silent. She becomes terrified अनि उनी चिच्याउँछिन्. Police oh, thieves oh, neighbors oh, police oh. But no helps come. Interestingly, the thieves suddenly become quiet. HB writes that perhaps they were frightened away, but only a few seconds later, the leader shouts from outside, You done finish? May we help you small? Oh yeah, everybody. यसको standard Englishमा meaning हुन्छ Have you finished shouting? Shall we help you a little? Come on, everyone. Suddenly, Jonathan hears not one thief, not two, but many voices. The narrator tells us there are at least five other voices. You can imagine Jonathan's fear. पुरै परिवार अब डरले थरथर कापिरहेको छ. Maria is crying, the children begin sobbing, and Jonathan cannot even stand properly. HB writes, his legs were sagging under him and his throat felt like sandpaper. The negotiation begins now. The thief says, We are not bad thieves. If we were bad thieves, we would have already cut your throat. यहाँनिर सोच्नुहोस् त, the thief believes that because he isn't killing Jonathan, he is actually being merciful towards him. Imagine how war has changed society. अब मानिसहरूले गुडनेसलाई अनेस्टीबाट हैन whether someone kills you or not त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ मापन गर्न थालेका छन्. The thief leader suddenly speaks. We know you have plenty of money. Jonathan immediately replied. Money? Which money? यो सिन लगभग business negotiation जस्तै लाग्छ. Jonathan tells them, the only money that I have is the 20 pound that the government gave me. When the thief leader threatens him, Jonathan simply says, I'm coming. Jonathan quietly opens the door just enough and hand over the money. Notice something. उसले argue गर्दैन. He doesn't beg. He doesn't try to be a hero. किनभने जोनाथनले सिभिल वारबाट एउटा महत्त्वपूर्ण लेसन सिकिसकेको छ. Life is always more valuable than money. त्यो 20 pounds फेरि पनि कमाउन सकिन्छ. But a lost life can never be returned. यही डिसिजनले जोनाथनको practical wisdomलाई perfectly show गर्छ. The thieves disappear into the darkness. And with them, Jonathan's 20 pounds are gone forever. The next morning, instead of complaining, instead of blaming others, Jonathan does something completely unexpected. He wakes up, takes his bicycle, and goes back to work. That's it. No self-pity, no regret, नो रिभेन्ज जस्ट टु वर्क। यही नै जोनाथनको सबैभन्दा ठुलो स्ट्रेन्थ हो। He doesn't waste time mourning what he has lost. He's never asked Jonathan, "What about the 20 pound?" Jonathan simply replies, "Nothing puzzles God." Then he adds one of the most memorable lines in the story, "I count it as nothing." Did Jonathan really mean 20 pound was nothing to him? Of course not. एक गरिब परिवारको लागि 20 पाउन्ड निकै नै ठुलो रकम थियो. What he meant is, compared to surviving the war, 20 pound is insignificant. यही नै central philosophy of the story हो. Let's talk about the title. Why is the story titled Civil Peace? The title Civil Peace is deeply ironic and symbolic. यसको एक भन्दा बढी अर्थ छ र टाइटल बुझ्यो भने हामीले पुरा स्टोरी अझ राम्ररी बुझ्न सक्छौँ. Number one, it refers to the peace after the civil war. The story is set immediately after the end of Nigerian civil war. Years of the violence, the war is over and people are finally living in civil peace, a time without fighting. Tara, although the war has ended, life is still far from practical peace. People face poverty, unemployment, hunger, and crime. The title is ironic. Normally, we think peace means safety, happiness, and security. But in the story, Jonathan is robbed at night. People have lost their homes and savings. The economy is devastated. त्यसैले, although there is peace, many hardships still remain. This irony shows that the end of the war does not immediately bring an easy life. The title highlights Jonathan's attitude. For Jonathan, peace is not about wealth or comfort. उसको लागि peace भनेको being alive, his wife and children being alive, having a house even if it is damaged, and having another opportunity to work. त्यसैले ऊ खुसी साथ भन्छ happy survival. For Jonathan, surviving the war is a far greater blessing than material possession. The title conveys the story's central message. The title reminds us the real peace begins with gratitude, hope, and resilience. Throughout the story, we have noticed that Jonathan refuses to let misfortune control his life. Even after being robbed, he says nothing puzzles God. Instead of dwelling on what he has lost, he focuses on what he still has. Now it's time for a theme, characterization of Jonathan, and narrative technique used in the story. Theme of the story. Number one, hope and optimism. This is the central theme. The strongest theme of the story is hope. धेरै सम्पत्ति गुमाए पनि जोनाथन कहिले होप गुमाउँदैनन्. Instead of complaining, he works hard to rebuild his life. बारम्बार उसले भन्ने गर्छ, nothing puzzles God. No matter how difficult life becomes, हामीले होप कहिले गुमाउनु हुँदैन. Number two, survival. Jonathan believes that being alive is the greatest blessing. He repeatedly says happy survival in the story. उसको लागि, life is more valuable than money. Number three, resilience. Strength in difficult time. Jonathan refuses to give up. After the war, he rebuilds the house, he finds work, he earns money. Even after losing 20 pounds, he starts working again. Strong people recover from hardships instead of surrendering to them. Number four, gratitude. Jonathan appreciates what he still has instead of mourning what he has lost. The quote, "Nothing possesses God," gives him emotional strength. 5. The effect of war. Although the war has ended, its consequences continue. The story shows destroyed houses, economic collapse, poverty, crime, unemployment. Chinua Achebe reminds us that the impact of war lasts long after the fighting stops. Number 6 theme is hard work and self-reliance. Jonathan does not wait for government help. Instead, he repairs his own house, he opens a bar, runs a taxi, and trades palm wine. उसको सक्सेस डिटर्मिनेसन र हार्डवर्कबाट आउँछ. Materialism versus human life. The story contrast money with life. Jonathan loses 20 pounds, but he says, "I count it as nothing." उसको लागि money can be earned again, life cannot. Human life is more valuable than wealth. Next theme is faith in God. Jonathan has unwavering faith. Whenever something bad happens, he says, nothing puzzles God. यही faithले उसलाई calm, hopeful र emotionally strong बनाइराख्छ. The last theme of the story is irony of peace. The title Civil Peace is ironic. Although the war has ended, people are still poor, robbers still threaten innocent people, life remains difficult. यसले के देखाउँछ भने पिसले अटोमेटिकली prosperity र security ल्याउँदैन. Characterization of Jonathan. Jonathan is not portrayed as a hero because he wins. He is portrayed as a hero because he endures. उसले रबर्ट्सलाई हराउँदैनन्. He doesn't become rich. He doesn't receive justice yet. He refuses to let sufferings define him. His greatest victory is not recovering his money, it's preserving his hope, dignity and his determination to keep living. यही कारणले जोनाथन मोडर्न अफ्रिकन लिटरेचरका सबैभन्दा इन्स्पायरिङ क्यारेक्टरहरूमध्येका एक हुन्. Some of his remarkable characteristics are optimistic, resilient, hardworking, practical and realistic, grateful, faithful, responsible family man, emotionally strong and self-reliant. Narrative technique used by Chinua Achebe. Narrative technique भनेको स्टोरी भन्नको लागि राइटरले प्रयोग गर्ने स्टोरीटेलिङ मेथड्स वा टुल्सहरू हुन्. इन सिम्पल वर्ड्स स्टोरी भनेको व्हाट इज टोल्ड एन्ड नेरेटिभ टेक्निक भनेको चाहिँ हाउ इट इज टोल्ड. अब हेरौँ है त एचएबीले सिभिल पिसमा कुन कुन नेरेटिभ टेक्निक प्रयोग गरेका छन्. द फर्स्ट नेरेटिभ टेक्निक इज थर्ड पर्सन लिमिटेड नरेसन. Another technique is realism. The third technique used is irony. The fourth narrative technique is symbolism. And the another important technique used by Achebe is contrast. The another narrative technique used by Achebe is repetition. If you enjoyed this explanation, don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel for more class 11 English literature. Thank you for watching. Keep learning.